It was an action-packed day at the Eden Gardens in the first test between India and South Africa. A total of 26 wickets fell, but then you'll say it was 27. The one major concern was Shubman Gill and his injury. And Morne Morkel came for the press conference at the end of the day. And on that injury, he shared a pretty worrying update about it, because he said, on the Shubman Gill injury, when asked why did he suffer that neck spasm, he mentioned, maybe just a bad night's sleep. Can't put it down to load. He looks after himself well. He woke up with a stiff neck. It is bad timing. Now, what happened is when he played that sweep shot of Simon Harmer, after that when he got up, he felt a twinge somewhere in his neck. And then he just couldn't move properly. He had to retire hurt. Later on, we got visuals from the ground saying that yes, he has been taken to hospital. His neck was in a brace. He felt a lot of unease. He couldn't move properly. And because of that now, Shubman Gill is in doubt to bat in this first test. Since it's a neck spasm, I won't be surprised if he's ruled out even for the second test, because it takes time to heal. 6 days is the turnaround time from here to Barsabara. How are you going to do it? That remains to be seen now. So yes, India have been dealt a major blow with the captain not been available, and that is why Rishabh Pant, he will have to do all the thinking and the tactics for this particular match from now on, and potentially even for Barsapara. But imagine a stiff neck, not a good night's sleep. These are the fine things which go in a sportsman's life. On the other hand, this test match saw the experiment of Washington Sundar batting at number 3. Washington Sundar, you remember, he's got an average close to 46 in test cricket. At number 3, he averages in excess of 50 plus in first class cricket. He fell for 29, but it was a solid 29 of 82 against South Africa. So, Morne Morkel, when you have to look at how did the experimentation work with Washington Sundar, he said, opportunity to bat him at 3, considering he's in good form. It gives us options lower down the order. It is a brave call to make. Now see, because Sundar got promoted, you could ensure that Kuldeep and Aksar both played. You got a 4-pronged spin attack. So that is why Sundar may have been under-bowled. But understand one thing, with the bat he scored 29 runs, which will not silence the critics. He needs a bigger knock in Barsapara for that kind of situation. So, it's a brave call. That is what Morne Morkel has said. But whether it will be a success, whether it will continue with this Gambhir regime, you just can't tell. But 26 wickets in 2 days. Now this is worrying. And has brought back the discussion, whether the team management wanted rank turners. Perhaps by the discussion that they had with the curator, yes, they probably wanted a rank turner. But Morne Morkel has tried to douse the rumours by saying, we did not expect the wicket to deteriorate so quickly. We thought it was a good wicket, but the rapid deterioration was unexpected. We had to adapt to conditions quickly. I mean, look at it. You didn't water the pitch for 2 days prior to it. How will you expect the pitch to retain its character? If you had watered the pitch, you could have wanted a sporting wicket. But the Indian cricket team against better opponents don't want sporting wickets. How did they go against the grain in England? Against England, that we will never know. Here you have dished out a pitch that has gone to the extreme, and I'm sorry, it is not good test cricket. But is it a bad pitch, or are the batters bad technically? Morkel said, Temba showed it was good for batting if you applied yourself. If you have a plan, you can get through the tough periods. Pant had his own style. Rishabh Pant had his own style. He danced on the track, he was aggressive. Sundar and KL Rahul had their own way, but then they didn't get a big score. The highest score at this point in time in the test match is 39 by KL Rahul. If Temba Bavuma doesn't get to that particular score, he will end up as the leading run scorer in this particular game. 39. Imagine, that will be the highest. So yes, Temba towards the fag end showed that yes, you can bat well, but you need support from the other hand. And the 30-run lead. Was it an advantage lost, or do you think India is still in the game? 63 for 7. Or South Africa made 93, but minus 30, you're 63 for 7. What did Morne Morkel say about that? He was disappointed with the batting unit. He said that could have scored 50-60 runs more. Rotating strike was tricky. Shubman going down 3 balls later was a blow. The key was to stitch partnerships, was tough for new batter to get set. See, on this wicket, if you applied yourself, there was one ball that could get you out. But if you went for the attack, there was recklessness involved, and that is where you saw that the Indian cricket team was not getting the right benefits. So Pant tried, Jadeja tried, Shubman, when you look at it, he couldn't bat on. The main thing was Shubman Gill going down, he couldn't stitch partnerships. So that is where India, they are very well in the driver's seat. But is this test match good viewing? I don't think so. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.